I think about this a lot, like the law of probability, because like there is infinitely many things you can assume based off of the law of probability. Like for instance, right now there are two people driving from Sarasota, Florida to Seattle, Washington at the same time, don't know each other. Just based off the law of probability. There's at least two people doing that right now. There's a lot of things you can explain with that, a lot of weird things. Like
Yeah,
right
but
now, there is at least one person getting fisted by a little person in a Yoshi costume. Just based off the law of probability.
That's very specific.
I don't know
That's
about.
extremely.
I had to
don't
think about
know.
something specific, but yeah,
I
no.
don't
Based off the
know
law of
about
probability, there's
that one.
there's a chance that at least one person.
Yoshi?
Yes.
What about Toad?
Fisting. There's two very
Toad too?
traveling from freaking random Florida area to whatever other area you're saying. I can understand that, but the fisting and the Yoshi are two extremely
Based off the law
specific.
of probability, though, there is the chance that that is happening today or at this current moment or at any time in history.
I don't know. The fisting Yoshi is crazy. There's only a little
Yeah.
person on top of that. That
I
is
had to
like
make it
a-
as specific as possible to make
I
my
need
point.
your search history right now. Actually,
Go
it's
ahead.
on my desk.
Look it up.
A
So you're
lot
already
of
good.
it's going to be like anime wiki stuff. Like, when I start watching an anime I just start reading through wikis and I'm like, wait, who's this character? What's this group?
No, what's
I spoil a lot of
wicked
stuff for
is
myself.
what you were talking about. That's what's wicked.
Anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode
Goddamn.
of the Something Original podcast. My name is Adrian, and in our lovely virtual studio, I'm joined by our other host.
Tarius, the star-lined dragon.
And I'm Gannon.
Okay.
The fuck was that, Jay?
I don't know. Just trying something new. Try and spice it up every week, guys. I'm sorry.
This guy thinks he's in House of Dragons or something.
I think I'm in fucking Elden Ring because I started the DLC last night and oh boy, is it good.
It's so fun. I have it up in the background
Yeah.
right now. As soon as I'm done here, getting right back on it.
I'm actually going to finish up the last couple things I'm doing in Destiny, and then I'm just going to... I might respec again in Elden Ring, because I was talking to
literally-
Trey, and like I like doing the madness, but it really is only a PvP thing. That's that's where it's going to be the most effective, which is why like Gan, when you're like, oh, like your build is like actually really good, like you're in the Coliseum when you're fighting us, like that's like the best against PvP. So that's kind of why I was
Yeah.
doing good, but
Just,
it's not going to be effective.
Just find something that you like. Like, find a weapon for sure. Like, I literally respec'd right before I started the DLC, and then I found a weapon in the DLC. Like, maybe get into the DLC first. Find a weapon that you want to use, and then... Because there's a whole bunch of different weapon classes now, so it's like... Try out a bunch
I do
of
want
new
to get
stuff.
into like the reverse grip swords. I think those are fucking cool.
They're
I always
so
think
cool.
that kind of fighting style is cool. But like, I don't know. I think my issue was I let you guys walk me through too many of the bosses, and the only like real, like, good weapon I have is like the Sword of Night and Flame, and maybe Vike's War Spear. Like, I don't have any other like notable weapons outside of that, and I'm at the Fire Giant at this point. Like,
Have you beaten the Radon? He was
Yeah.
in Kaled. Okay. Have you
Yeah.
beat Moog?
I don't think we beat Moog. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you need help, because you need to beat him to access the DLC, but I literally did that last night, and I beat Radon by myself, and they helped me with Moog, and I was able to get into the DLC.
Yeah. I gotta do research into the game, into weapons, and see. Maybe I'll do Bleed, but I don't know. I remember when I haven't kept up with like how things have been buffed and nerfed. But I remember the Rivers of Blood was good, and then it got nerfed, and then I don't remember what happened after that.
I wouldn't even worry about it because I was using the Sword Knight and Flame and it fucks still, but it got nerfed to the ground. But it still fucks. Like, it's just not as viable as a weapon that it first was in PvP, but it still is a good weapon. Any weapon can be good if you spec it out right.
I also need to respec.
Spec and then talismans greatly.
Yeah, I do need to respec because all of my shit's spec towards using like Vike's War Spear and my Madness stuff.
But I mean, do you still use Faith for Madness?
I think Madness is Faith.
I think so. So I mean, you could still keep it as Faith and just use other incantations. I think Faith is probably the best like class to spec out. And then if you want to use like a heavy sword, either do strength or dex.
Actually,
but
let me go to my notes app because I don't have my current stats, but I had what I was trying to max everything to for that build.
Thorn Mage. Do it.
I spec'd out. I was doing an intelligence faith build for some reason because it was like the Sword Knight and Flame. I wanted to use it, but I just realized I wasn't doing enough damage. But I respec'd again after I got the Starline sword in the DLC, and I was like, I'm going straight fucking battle mage now.
Okay, here it is. So, like, my intelligence is at 9, and my arcane is at 8. So, like, I do have to respec. But I remember my vigor, dex, and faith were all in, like, the 30s.
It's not bad.
And then strength 16, endurance 21, mind 25. But I need to respec because I don't think I'm going to survive with very low intelligence. I don't think arcane matters much, right?
Well, I mean, if you want to stick with faith, then use faith because that's how you use the incantations. If you want to use like sorceries and like magic, you want to respec into intelligence.
I don't know. You said there's that staff that lets you use both. I kind of was thinking about that. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like this is your first playthrough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't like use both at this. I would pick one or the other, like Trey was saying.
Yeah.
To me,
I'll probably stick with faith then. Just use incantations.
Or Thorn Mage. They have a new Thorn spell. Brother. It rips.
I have to get to the DLC first before I...
Well, you can get 2 Thorn spells that I know of before you hit the DLC. After you hit the DLC, they have a 3rd Thorn spell, and I saw it, and it is blood loss, but it looks very promising.
There is also you can get some armor like very early on if you beat that one guy below the round table hold. He's like an invader. If you beat him, he gives you like the cloak that boosts those thorn sorceries.
I thought you found that in the capital.
No, I got it. And the what's it called?
In
round
the
table hold?
round table.
I'm pretty sure, right? What does he drop?
I thought he dropped an emo and something else.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I was using the Albinaurics robes for a little while.
I think that's what they're called, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Never mind.
That's another thing, too. I think I need better armor. I'm fucking low leveled, too. I'm only, like, level 80-something.
Well, I will say, I saw a video that said if this is your first playthrough and you're going into the DLC, you are going to have a much better time because a lot of stuff is scaled to benefit first-time players. If you are, like, New Game Plus, anything, you're going to have a more difficult time in the DLC.
They're saying that you should try to get to 150, though. But
yeah.
With Moog's Palace, when you go up there, you can get that farm spot. That's great.
Yeah.
If you also have the golden, what's it called? Let me double check.
Sacred Relic Sword.
Well, that's end game. Though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could probably give it to him, one of us. I just got it the other day. Yesterday, actually, I bought it.
I think Macy has like 4 of them.
Jesus Christ. How's she doing with this? Is she having the time of her life?
Yeah.
She was playing it well after we were just kind of off it for a while, and then
She plays it every day.
every day.
Yeah, every day. Well, the thing is, traded. So it's called the Golden Scarab. Before I forget, it boosts your rune obtained from defeating enemies. But traded the time. You can see the time. How much time? Macy had just like yesterday, 31 days in Elden Ring.
Damn.
I had 30.
Damn.
Yeah.
When the fuck do you play it?
Yeah, when did you play it like that?
Macy and I usually play it all the time.
Oh.
That is true. They were playing it together a lot.
Yeah.
And I know this because we were spending like 3 hours in the Coliseum fighting each other.
Mm-hmm. Good times.
All right, sorry, didn't know your game.
It is Elden Ring. That is my game.
It is so fun, and people, I mean, we're gonna probably talk about it, and I wrote it in the notes, but a lot of people are like review bombing it right now because it's too hard. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I understand the small amount of people that are doing it. I get it that if like you feel like it's too hard, but you're like 3%, and like 97% of people who played Elden Ring and beat it and like it wanted it to be harder. And so we can't complain that the studio listened to almost everyone and only like some people are upset. Like,
Yeah.
It sucks that they're upset, you know. In reality, I don't think anybody wants anybody to be upset playing video games, but like if you're that small majority being upset, like it sucks, but
you kind of love
sucks.
to be upset with this game. Because when you beat it, it's so rewarding.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those games, and I forget who said it, but somebody said, like, ask the question, what makes games enjoyable? It's not, like, game design, it's not, like, graphics, it's not X, Y, and Z, it's difficulty. It is a challenge that you can overcome. And I somewhat find that true. I mean, there's obviously aspects to games that I enjoy as well, but I would say yes, it is like if after you've been stuck on a boss for a couple tries and you finally get over that hump and beat it, oh my god, dude, that like euphoric feeling inside, it's just like, it is so good. It feels so good. But I will say I do kind of like a easy casual game here and there where I can just turn my brain off, like I've said. Elden Ring is not one of those games where you can just turn your brain off.
And I think that's why, like, I hate that. I hate for us to spend another episode talking about these two games, but like, it's kind of why I like Destiny 2, because like, we were playing the campaign on like Legendary, and that shit was hard. Like, Gannon and Trey, we did 2 missions. It took us 4 hours just to do 2 missions. Then again, I went and did the campaign solo on normal, and in like 3 hours, I was like done with it. I finished, or less time, I think. I like finished it. And I'm just running around doing a bunch of shit on my own. But then again, if like you guys got on, we can go do exotic missions. We can do stuff that's harder. So like I can kind of just switch off my brain. I'm just sitting there doing public events, just riding around, doing this, going to here, going to this lost sector, doing this, that. It's just kind of like shutting my brain off. I'm just kind of like on autopilot. But like the minute the opportunity was there, like if we were all playing it, we can go do something very difficult, and like I can get that engaging. But I also like Elden Ring because it just looks good. It is fun, but you know there is no easy mode. So sometimes it's just like you want to punch things.
But there is also this has just been FromSoft's bread and butter. Their entire history has been, these games are hard. They are going to break you. Get good. And then people get good. And I think it was something Adrian said earlier, too. It was they listened to what people were saying. People have been saying Elden Ring is one of the easiest FromSoft games. in history. They listened to that and they were like, let's make this fucking DLC hard as fuck, you know? And now people who are like, they have these like broken builds that were like one-shotting bosses are going into the DLC and they're like, I'm getting one-shotted by this boss. What is happening?
Yeah. And that was the thing with me. I didn't stop playing Elden Ring because it was hard. Like, it's not too hard. Like, if I'll die. I mean, I'll look at it and be like, I probably fucking just did that to myself, really. But like, my problem was the learning curve of, I went from like Borderlands and Destiny, like looter shooters and all these like more fast paced, like hit me 20 times, I got fucking shield worth like 10,000 damage type of games. And now I'm like, now Elden Ring is like, I gotta dodge or else like I'm losing half health right here in this hit. Or I'm gonna get hit, he's gonna hit me, that guy's gonna hit me, and like I'm gonna almost fucking die if I don't like dodge and think. And I never really took the time to like adjust to the learning curve. I kept trying to just go in and be like, fuck, you know? But
that's the thing, too.
I like that.
Every enemy is a fucking challenge. You gotta like be careful with every single
Yeah. And I like it because even though there's like that learning curve, I don't get as stressed playing Elden Ring as I did with like For Honor, which is saying something.
Oh my gosh.
I broke my controller because of For Honor. Elden Ring, I haven't even thought about slamming my controller because like there's also that premise and understanding of like that's going to happen. You're not going to, if you're going to do a flawless run, you have to have played the game for hundreds and hundreds of hours and understand the game before you can go through and not die. So death is expected. So there's that. For Honor though, fuck that game. Gannon remembers hearing me scream at it.
I went through 2 controllers within 3 months, and it wasn't even from slamming them. It was from legit wearing down the buttons.
You would hear Gannon on his old mic. Because that's what you have to do with For Honor. You have to like, it's just
stress, just heavy stress.
Especially because For Honor brings out the worst type of people in PvP gaming. The ones who like look for every tiny like exploit and like cheese to like, oh, I'm just gonna dodge left, dodge right, do this, dodge left, do this, and I'm just gonna keep hitting these same buttons. Like, okay, what are you, 7 and playing Street Fighter? Like, fuck yourself. Go. Thinking about it angers me.
And honestly, For Honor had such a cool combat system too. It sucks that it got taken over by like the worst kind of community.
So cheese sweats who value trying to get the win at any cost than actually getting good at the game. Because you're not good if you just use the same two attacks that are going to get nerfed in the update. I don't think people understand that too. Like updates when things get nerfed, like they're trying to take out these cheeses, and people just keep looking for them.
So what happens when you nerf the whole game? It becomes how it is.
Yeah, and then you get what it has now, which sucks too because I've spent a lot of time like really trying to like learn how to chain these combos together in For Honor. Like I was really trying to like get these like stick movements and all that down.
When it comes to the DLC though, the bosses are hard, yeah. Like they're pretty hard. What's getting me, though, is you'll go down to a place called the Fissure, and you know those rolly-pully guys they were at the jails around the map, the Ever jails.
Oh yeah,
They're just like stone. Now they attack you. Not just attack, they shoot lasers, and then they have explosions and lasers. And they can now start spinning themselves around to the point where they become airborne and they do knock damage. And I want to blow my brains out over this. Miyazaki.
Now, is that
Miyazaki,
a main path?
You did it again, you dirty
Is that
rat.
a main path in the DLC? Like, or is that just like some like hidden area?
It's a kind of hidden area. You unlock it when you get to a certain part.
Nice. Interesting.
And
I don't want to walk through there, but I also kind of want to walk through there once.
Yeah, I keep being so close, and then it's like, because Trey was like, just run through, because he puts on an overshield and on his physic and stuff like that. And he's like, just run through. You can run through. He's like, just hide behind the walls and run through. I tried that. I got blasted. They still get you. I
Get good.
That's what I did. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to beat everything down in my path and kill it. And that has seemed to work the best. I since then have left because I'm like, I don't want this to be the thing that kills me and defeats me. Especially when it's such a simple, minuscule, not simple, but it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Also, I'm straight up bear claw man now. So I used to be a mage, which I mean I could see like how being a mage in that. Oh, I thought it could benefit me. I pulled out Loretta's bow. I shot one from like cross map. Tell me why this fucker can shoot me back cross map. I'm like, I'm gonna just cheese all of them.
What did you expect?
I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna work. I'm just gonna shoot all of them from a far distance. They're not gonna get me. Dude, I'm telling you, I saw this purple beam go across the map, and I said, I've lost. Everything that I've worked towards is now gone.
It's like that scene in Seven Deadly Sins when the dude throws the spear at Meliodas and he just catches it and just launches it back.
Yes, that's exactly what that felt like. But instead of Meliodas, a demon king, it was a roly-poly stone ball.
That's fucked.
That's my 13th reason is a roly-poly stone ball. Literally, the rest of the bosses, like, you know, I'm not going to tell them because I want Adrain to have the first-hand experience. But they're not like, they're hard, yeah, but they're not unbeatable. From what I've seen so far, I've gotten through 4.
You beat that one girl that had the twin blades.
Rolana.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people are stuck on her.
Well,
Oh yeah, I saw her fight is hard. I saw a clip on TikTok.
See, Trey and I, like, she has like the most sporadic set of combos, and she could do like look away attacks. So she'll be fighting somebody like this, but with her sword, she could also command her spells. So you would be back there blasting her. I've been like straight up hand to hand now this entire game, and I love it. I just like to beat up people, or with bear claws. That's like my main thing is bear claws. But so you'd be blasting her, and she has her magic swords come up. She'll be fighting somebody. You see a flick of the wrist, she sends all those back to somebody behind her. And then she has like the Rainy's double moon attack, which honestly didn't get me that well. Trey though, because he's like, how are you dodging that, dude? As soon as you see him drop, you jump. That's it. Yeah. Then you're good. You're chilling.
And it's different with everybody. It's like there's a reason why all these enemies have different movesets. Like one is going to trick somebody that may not trick you, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. You good? You hearing ghosts?
I thought it sounded like something moving in my house. I don't know on here.
Do you want to go check it out?
Nah. What am I, Caucasian and that's a horror movie?
Yeah.
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 I'm guilty of that, but I have a little mallet that I grab that I like just in case I hear something. If there's something here, I got a fucking rubber mallet.
I'll just grab this instead.
I have
the old pew pew.
Oh yeah, they're getting good with that.
The old pew pew.
Maybe
load 3 rubber bands on that. You're done. We're talking about Elden Ring, and then we're just talking about the Rolana fight.
Yeah.
Dodging her thing, as soon as it comes up, you jump. You're good.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
But the swords you get from her are so sick. There's like one of the probably more cinematic. I just keep them on me because I didn't have my full setup. Like that's what Chase was saying, Adrian. Like find a weapon you like and go with it. Because like I leveled up those swords to +9. They're so cinematic. It makes you feel like you're the main character. Like I'm not going to tell you any more details on them. They're sweet, but
yeah. I mean, I didn't really find I had that winged scythe for a while, but it was eh.
Yeah, I was using just like a Warhawk Talon's short sword, like my entire first playthrough until I got to Morgott at the capital. He dropped that curved like blood sword. That weapon got me through the rest of the game because I was like, oh, this is my new personality now. And it fucks, dude. It breaks stances so easily, and then it does like bleed flame build up and shit. It's so hot.
See, part of me wants to go like more like using a sword and like incantations, but also part of me just wants to kind of like sword and shield this bitch and just full strength and vigor.
That's Oh, good.
Have you seen the Asmongold? He made the build he calls the wall.
I hate that dude. Let's never mention him again.
Well, he made a build because he got so frustrated with the DLC. He made a build that. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
It legitimately blocks everything. He cannot be hit.
It's like an endurance build, which is insane. Surprising.
Like just block, retaliate, block, retaliate. That's what he did this entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta find more weapons. But there's weapons in like areas I haven't like gone through thoroughly, or like other quests or secrets, because like I just had you guys walking me through it, and because I didn't get good.
Hey there, brother. I actually have a suggestion for you, Adrian. I think it might fit right up your alley. There's this weapon called up your alley.
Right up your alley.
Right up there. Okay. Anyways, the weapon is called, I think it's called the Death Poker. People love that weapon. I watched the guy who played his first playthrough of Elden Ring, and he said he went to go get this weapon.
Death Poker?
You can get it. Yeah, it's like a staff, I think.
Where'd you get it from?
It's under the Great Sword class.
Oh, is it? No,
Did you
there's
get it
two.
Is that the one you get from the Godskin Peeler at the Windmill Village?
No, it's
Okay.
you get it from a death bird, I think.
Okay, cool.
There's two of them, you say?
There's two. There's a spear, and then there's like a staff.
Well, the Death Poker is a great sword. There's a Ritual Spear, which is a spear.
You're right. Okay. So I would go look up that weapon, look up what the Ash of War is. There's two like different variations of the Ash of War, which is what I fucking love about some of the Ash of Wars, where there's two different variations. One is like a big AoE one, and one is like a lined attack that fucks.
I used to use it all the time, but Adrian, I'll tell you this: if you get
dual hand fist with that,
I haven't got it. I will give you this offer. If you get back into Elden Ring, I'll give you both of them. Because I haven't got them in this playthrough.
I mean, I already told you I was.
You both of mine.
So.
I don't see myself. Well, if you do, then you'll get these weapons. I'll tell you what level mine is.
Fuck it. I guess I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll practice with it. Okay, good.
As well, because the Ritual Spear is a pain kind of to get to. Because it's up in the Mountain of the Giants.
Well, he's up there. He's at the fire giant.
It's like over the weird side.
Well, Gannon should know that. He walked me up there.
Yeah.
The Death Poker, it is.
You get that in Caelid, I believe.
Yeah.
I did not spend. I did a little farming in Caelid, but I didn't do too much stuff in Caelid. Like the first thing I did in Caelid was I got the Guts Berserk sword. And then I also did the farming spot that I first found out about there. I mean, it was a small farming spot, good for like low level.
So, bad news on the Death Poker level. It's only level 0, but my Ritual Spear I know is higher level. I think it might even be 10.
Get a bell-bearing dude that gets the smithing stones. You can level it up. And yeah, this guy ran through Elden Ring and he was like 2-tapping bosses. So
my Ritual Spear is +9.
I also have a Ritual Spear, but I don't think it's that high.
See, that's why I
level.
hate that I was, because like fuck, I love the madness too, but I invested too much into that, and like my bike's war spears are like +8 right now.
That's
I
the
wasted a lot
greatest
left on
thing,
that.
though. You can use both of them because I think Madness uses Faith, and the Death Poker is Faith as well. I believe maybe it is Intelligence.
I think
I
it is
might be wrong.
Black Flame. Here, let me see.
No, Black
Flame?
Flame.
Just kidding.
I do have a Black Flame spell.
Well, the Ritual
Did I
Spear
hear-
actually is it's
Or
scales
incantation.
and intelligence,
Ooh.
and then Death
Huh.
Poker scales and
Yeah, because I think it was like the Death spells and not Black Flame.
that does make sense. Well, with
Yeah.
the
I just got a
Ritual-
respec.
Yeah, they
fuck.
both actually scale in intelligence.
I gotta go look up again because I know I've gotten 2. I've already respec'd twice.
There's a bunch of like super easy larval tiers to get.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I went to go do that this morning and got 2.
Death Poker does a frost build up at 65, which is actually pretty decent.
Frost,
Frost
that'll
is
be
very
good for
good.
the DLC. I heard that.
Yep.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys are fire guys.
Yeah.
Ritual Spear doesn't do any build up, but it is strong, and you can't miss. The Ash of War literally just drops a bunch of spears down from the heavens. So yeah,
Look it up. Look up what it looks like and just let us know.
that's
Elden Ring. Yeah. Now, I am gonna get back into it. I like Destiny 2, and I do have to end up getting that like Seagate plug-in thing so I can have both on my Xbox, so I can just play both whenever. But like I like both, and I'm still a little invested in Destiny. But if I'm gonna get DLCs, I'm probably gonna get Elden Ring first before Destiny, because fuck is that $50 for?
Yeah, seriously. And also Elden Ring 40.
yeah, with probably quadruple the game
Yeah.
playtime. And that's if you're rushing through, dude. I already have like another 100 hours.
Yeah. We've been talking about it for, probably 30 minutes now.
Yeah, Elden Ring.
I want to just say one more thing. It is such a fucking big ass game. To rush through the DLC, you're doing yourself a disservice. Like, stop just running through it. Like, fucking explore. I was telling Gannon this. He didn't believe me, but I went exploring yesterday. Stumbled upon a awesome katana that I'm gonna use now.
Stumbled upon.
And I
Stumble
swear,
upon it is
I
such a funny way of
swear,
putting it.
I swear on my life, I stumbled upon it. As
he's Adrian, get this. As he sends us a video, the same exact video. I was gonna use that video as proof, but then I was like, I went to go look for it because I told Trey, I was like, I found this video of this sword, and then I went to go.
We
find
all
it.
see the same videos, guys. We all have the same For You page. We all see the same shit. I will admit, when I saw the blue flowers, I was like, oh, I'm in an area where I saw a video about. I'm going to spend a little bit more time in this area to see if I can look and find it. But I did get to that area on my own without looking at where to go.
I'll tell you this.
I went into a catacomb on accident. And I was getting my shit kicked in, so I left. I went into the castle, got my shit kicked in, I left. And then I was just like riding around, just exploring, seeing if I could find anything. Then I got to the blue flower field, and I was like, okay, I'm in an area where I think I should be.
They put blue flower fields a lot of places on the map because you can find certain items in it at night. The Cerulean South Coast pretty much has them everywhere.
Yeah, and that's where I said I went down this like giant hole that I saw, which is not in any way related to the weapon I got. I went down the hole and I was blocked, so I was like, what the fuck? So I went back up the hole and then started on a new path. And then I ran into the boss that drops the sword. First boss I was able to kill, and like the first boss I actually ran into since playing the DLC.
The first boss you ran into was down there? That's the first boss?
Well, no, I ran into a dragon first, but that dragon I couldn't do any damage to it, and it one-shotted me, so I was like, I'm moving on.
Yep.
You can believe me or not, like, I would not lie to you about that. It's just nothing. It would be nothing to lie to you about.
Exactly, or tell the truth about. Adrian, did you watch the video? Adrian, did you watch the video? Did you see the video you sent?
Listen,
if you watch the video,
I have only 3 days worth of Elden Ring played. I don't know what area you guys are talking about or what weapon.
Even if you watch the video that he sent in the group chat, the path is so specific to get down to the area.
And I didn't follow the specific path. I just like literally was just following a path. Like I was looking on the map. I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, this leads into this and this leads into that.
Bro didn't even fight the Knight of Solitude.
I didn't.
That's only 2 steps away from the first side of grace you get to in the DLC.
The big giant fire thing?
No, there's a mausoleum, legit, like.
No, yeah, I remember when I said, I was like, I know that's probably the area I need to go in. I'm gonna explore around before I like go in there. And I said I went into the castle that's across the bridge first. Got my shit kicked in.
The castle front?
I think so.
The castle front's side of grace? Oh, in the video where then it tells you to go right and legit all the way down south of the entire
map. I wasn't watching
map?
a video. I swear to you, I did not open my phone when I was playing last night.
Okay.
I wasn't planning on ever using that weapon either. Because I respect before I even went into the DLC. Why would I respec into something that I'm not going to use and then end up finding that weapon and then having to again respec into the class I need to use it for?
Yeah.
It's all part of my elaborate scheme, apparently, according to Gannon.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like Adrian's actually the one losing brain cells now.
For all you guys that play the DLC and listen to the podcast, it's a star-lined sword or katana or whatever it is.
Yeah, it is.
He found it, mind you, within an hour and a half of playing.
No, it was like 3 hours. What are we talking about?
It was last night. We were like within an hour and a half of like, hey, I'm starting the DLC.
Yeah. No, it was like I was playing Elden Ring for like 3 hours, so maybe it was like 2.
So I'll let you guys all decide.
Okay.
We'll move on from this now. You guys decide in the comments below. And we'll see what they say. We'll leave this up to the rest of the Elden Lords out there. Or foul tarnished. That will be up for them to decide. Your fate hangs in the balance.
All right.
Complete strangers.
I will be awaiting their responses. All right, Adrian, if you're so disconnected, what do you want to talk about?
Anything but listen to you two. You followed the video. No, I didn't. Just fucking kiss. How about that?
We do already.
Now
Shut up and kiss.
Now kill.
Now Kath. All right, so we have a Today in News. I have other topics.
Today in News.
Aliens could be living among us disguised as humans or in a base inside of the moon, according to a new Harvard study.
First of all, I'm sitting in front of 2 aliens already, so...
That's racist. He's Puerto Rican.
Because I'm a minority. I'm an alien.
God damn it.
I'll have you know us Puerto Ricans.
Different type of alien. He's type 2 alien, though.
I'll put these type 2 nuts in your face.
Please keep going. Please carry on.
I'm so
Now
glad.
I'm subhuman.
Is that going to be the title?
My classification is just not like fucking diabetes. I'm just a type 2 human.
Whatever.
Am I a human
But-
C?
It was a diabetes joke, you fucking...
Wow, so we're making fun of people with diabetes.
No!
That kills people, Chase.
God damn.
What were you saying though, Chase?
Yeah, please. I must know more.
No, I think I should stop while I'm ahead.
Alright. Anyways, based on the moon, this is literally the plot of Destiny. Where's the Traveler?
This is literally prime real estate opportunity. You see
I'm
that
ready.
vast open area on the moon?
Give me a ghost.
It would look so good with a parking lot.
Give me a
Let's-
ghost, Traveler.
Open the lanes. Make it
Ghost.
20 lanes wide. Highway, McDonald's on the side of the road. Moon McDonald's.
No.
Moon
No
dog.
capitalism on the moon. We ban capitalism on the moon.
Walmart, right
That's
there.
exactly what I think an alien would say. No capitalism on the moon.
Yeah, bleep blorp bloop. How about that? How about that? You might have thought I just spoke alien. That was a code. They're in your house now.
Instead of building a wall, we're building the fucking ozone layer up. Can't get in.
We don't need to build an ozone layer up because we're in a dome already. The firmament.
Now we're talking.
Damn.
But in all honesty, though, this, like, why the fuck Harvard is
I mean-
even talking about this shit?
I find it far-fetched in the sense that if there is other intelligent species out there, intelligent enough to disguise themselves as humans and get away with it for however long, why haven't they just tried to make contact?
Or kill us.
Well, have you heard of some of the, like, theories about aliens? Like,
There's
we could be like
so many
we could be
theories.
like a prison planet. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Prison planets?
Then why would
That-
they be among us, though, if we're in a prison?
They just gotta check up. They gotta be like, hey, you know, like,
In a-
how's
in
our
a prison.
cattle?
How do we keep the people in the prison?
But we have
Wardens.
nukes. How are we in a prison?
They probably have super nukes. What are we talking about? They probably have the fucking Death Star at their disposal.
That is true. I mean, in retrospect, our nukes probably to them are just like
Yeah.
shivs.
Exactly. Prison, referencing back. Whoa.
They have these ghetto bombs.
The puny humans have nukes. We'll just blow up the planet. That'd be crazy if jails were like that. Like, oh, they got ships? Cool, we'll just blow up this jail. That's fucked up.
So, wouldn't
fucked
work
up to
in our
think.
system.
Wouldn't work in our system. But who's to say these aliens are ruthless and stuff? Like, what are these aliens are peaceful? How do we know this? Why do we always assume that
Well-
other intelligent life species will be so hostile to other species?
Well, we're
also-
hostile to ourselves, so
There's also
Yeah,
the
because we're
alien god
idiots.
theory.
We're idiots, though. Like, think of it this way: if like 3 NASA scientists walk into a room of just 3 average people arguing about like fucking how big Jupiter is or some shit, like they would go in and just kind of teach them real quick, like, hey, you know, this is up our alley. Who's to assume that aliens wouldn't see us like that and just be like, hey, you guys are kind of stupid. Stop hating each other. Like,
I wonder if they just have like a better intelligence level, and there's another theory where they're like, oh, our intelligence far exceeds their intelligence, our intelligence. They just pass over us, where they just don't even like consider us a speck on the map, you know?
Probably because we are too busy killing each other over resources.
Yeah. Or the color of our skins.
What if aliens are trafficking us? Listen to me. How many missing people do we just...
That's also a
How
thing.
many people go
That's
missing?
crazy you say that because it's also a theory.
What if we're just like a delicacy to aliens? What if we're just like, what if this is like, what's a good fish? What's a good fish?
I mean, they
Give me
were
a good like
probing
exotic
us.
fish.
You're allergic.
Piranha.
You can't have it. Can't hear it.
Like
Piranha.
just like any like exotic fish we can get it in like a certain area. What if like humans are that? What if they just like sometimes be like, bloop, yo, we got a human. Let's fucking saute this bitch in some fucking norp, whatever they fucking got. I don't know.
Well, the theory is they feed off of our energy.
What if they just feed off of our physical body through cooking?
What if they feed off of our vibes and don't vibe check on a Tuesday? You know, like what are we doing?
Why haven't we considered this? Let's expand my theory. What if
The kickback
What if our
aliens?
cannibals are the hidden aliens who came down and were just like, we had this delicacy, we got to stay, hide ourselves, and just keep eating these people?
Wait,
Yeah,
did
they
you
just-
say aliens being animals?
Cannibals.
Oh, cannibals.
So so to get their food source, they camp out on
Not
desolate
a food
islands
source.
or deep
Not a
into
food
the
source. Just like
Brazilian.
a delicacy source, you know? Like
Yeah.
chocolate or something, you know? What if we're like chocolate to aliens? And what if
Then
they
they
what if they
never-
had a piece and they were just like, we got to stay here forever and just eat this? And they disguise themselves as humans and become cannibals.
And they reside mostly in like the deep jungles of like Brazil and desolate islands, and they just hope for random adventurers to decide, hey, I'm gonna go to this island and check it out. Like,
I mean,
oh,
it's not hard to see it. Humans are explorative on our own planet. We're gonna explore some areas, you know. What's the best place to, you know,
the
lure
Bermuda
people
Triangle.
in? The Bermuda Triangle. How many people go on cruises? How many countries have battleships and shit? Like, bigger picture.
Battleship?
Think, Mark. Think.
Battleship versus island of essentially cavemen.
What if they got some alien technology and there's just a gas? They just like flick like a little ball thing and just like a gas fills the ship and like everyone is just now cooked, like literally like filleted and everything. Like, how do we not know? We don't know what kind of technology they got. Think bigger picture.
Here's a spear. This is the most advanced technology we have.
I love how you're so passionate about this, Adrian, because this sounds exactly like our conversation with fucking dragons.
I'm not saying it does exist. I'm saying
Oh my, okay, I don't want to get into it. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Great. Here we go again.
we will not jump into that.
We will jump out of it.
I like how this study also says that it was like they could be living among us, or there's a base on the moon.
They're pretty close together.
Make up your mind.
What if they got a base in fucking Madagascar? Who knows?
I wonder how much it would cost to rent
or
it.
in the core
Actually-
of the Earth.
I think, because I just recently learned and read about this, so I'm gonna fucking just talk about it. The best place for aliens to probably set up a base would be like underwater in what's called Point Nemo. Point Nemo is a point in the ocean where you're farthest away from all parts of land, like entirely. Like at some points, the closest humans to you would be the International Space Center or space station floating above you, like in orbit passing by. Like it's a very deep, isolated part of the ocean. That'd probably be the best place for aliens to set up a base. Why the moon?
Like I said earlier, these two motherfuckers are aliens. He's given his homies back home coordinates to the best hiding spots on Earth.
Okay, first off, I only came to this piece of information because I was on TikTok and I watched this dude who's sailing from...
Likely story.
No, he's sailing from like the west coast of the United States all the way to somewhere in like Asia. Like he's sailing 3,000 miles in his 27-foot sailboat he's got. And then somebody in the comments said something about Point Nemo, and so I got interested and I read about Point Nemo, and I was like, oh shit, that's actually scary. I would never want to be out here, not on a ship.
So
even on a ship.
Even on a ship, honestly. Keep me in the centermost. If I'm on a ship in that area, centermost part of the ship, the least likely place I have to fall out overboard. Keep me there until we're near land, because hell no.
I just picture all the like the aliens down there looking like what's the fish with like the light on its head?
Oh,
anglerfish.
Anglerfish.
Anglerfish. I just picture everything looking like that down there.
Yeah, that's really what it would be.
The deeper the fish, the scarier they are.
The only real benefit I see to ever being out in Point Nemo is like there is no light pollution out there, so you could really see like the night, like stars.
Obviously, there's
stars
no
in the sky.
light pollution out there, but you can also go somewhere where there's no light pollution on land.
But that's like the least amount of light pollution, like probably anywhere in the world. That or like Antarctica.
I got thessophobia out the wazoo. I'm not going nowhere near that.
You got what?
Thessophobia.
Because you take
sphere of water you can't see.
It's a fear of Teslas.
The bottom.
Yes.
That too.
Let's talk about Teslas. How fucking stupid that car company is.
The Cybertruck? We're not copping?
Dude, so many failures every day. There's like, I know we talked about this like a couple episodes ago. Like I just saw a new like problem with them like before they came out or whatever. Like Elon said something about like they can serve as like a temporary like water vessel, like I guess for like a flood or something, and the water line for it is below the cabin, which wouldn't make sense because that can't act as like a temporary water vessel. It can't even get up to like to the floorboard. And yeah, I think so. And I think the arrow was somebody like was in like that amount of water or less, and like their Cybertruck's dead. And insurance companies are now just totaling Cybertrucks with any problems because they don't want to pay to fix it. So like you have a panel that's like loose, totaled. You idiots! Why would you buy this truck? Fucking.
You know
morons.
what you need to get? 1992 S10, 4.3 V6, and will never
Just
die.
any truck that does a truck. There are Subaru hatchbacks that do more than a Cybertruck.
But it's not a 1992 Chevy S10. So.
Is that your mating call?
Yep, works every time. Well, one time, and now put a ring on. So I mean, there's that.
Yeah, that I don't believe the story.
That's what I did. I showed up.
Well, I'm wet, so.
You're not the only one, Barter.
I think you are the only one. Seek a doctor. Why are you wet?
Only two.
Go seek medical help. Why are you wet?
Maybe I know you tried to get higher octave.
Oh,
Come on now.
would you look at that? I want to just.
Well, then you'd be wet in your head.
There you go. It would make a lot of things wet because you don't you shit yourself when you
That's true.
Yeah.
die?
That's true. Yeah.
Probably piss yourself too.
Yeah.
Pussy.
You let it all out.
I wouldn't piss myself.
You want to find out?
No.
Okay.
No thanks.
Well, there's a time and a place. Just let me know.
No.
Have you seen that guy? He'll be like, "What do you guys want for your last dinner?" Have you seen that? The segment?
Oh yeah. From Mythical Kitchen. Yeah.
I think is that who?
Yeah. His name Josh, is it? Yeah. It's something with a J. I think his name is Josh.
Like the mustache?
Me and Sarah. Yeah. Me and Sarah watch Good Mythical Morning.
Where it's like a funny thing where he's like, he'll make like a full-on like restaurant style.
Well, it's not even like
dinner.
a funny thing. Like it's an actual interview too. Like they actually sit there and talk. Like he actually interviews
I'm
them
thinking of
too.
a different guy, where he's like, he'll make them the dinner, and then he'll hold a plastic gun up to him. I'll find it and I'll send it to you because it's actually pretty
Let me
funny.
look right now. Because I could have sworn that was the dude from Mythical Kitchens. Because we watched the one he did with Post Malone.
No, oh no, this is like a guy on TikTok that just does these short segments, and they're actually kind of cinematic because there's like a storyline that goes with them, where he, supposedly he takes a plastic gun and he just like actually shoots a guy, and then, or no, he brings the guy. He's like, any last words? And then the guy was like, "Can I just see her one more time?" And then he brings him to this restaurant that they go to, and he's like, "My date would have been 4 hours to go. I'm never late."
Does he walk around with a red chef hat and a yellow apron?
Maybe. Does he have a mustache and long hair?
Yeah, that guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, dude.
Scumbag Dad on TikTok.
Yeah, Scumbag Dad.
Okay, no, I was talking about a completely different thing. Okay.
He's been doing this segment where it's like a continuous storyline. And where he's like, I've been trying to... Then there's another one with an FBI agent where he's like, I've been trying to get you for years. He's like, that's funny because I've been trying to get you for years. And he's like, think about that day out in the marina. Dude, it's like a full-on... I love them. They're so funny.
He's a very creative guy, and he's also at the same time like a dentist.
Yeah.
So he'll randomly post like random dental shit all the time, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a
I
restaurant.
didn't know he was chill like that.
He has a restaurant?
Yeah, also.
Is that
like,
where... Because I've seen his videos where he does stuff in like restaurants, and I'm like, they just do this in public? But I'm like, it's always the same restaurant.
Yeah.
What is this guy's true profession?
Just restaurant.
Because one of them was like, "What do you want for your last meal?" And then he's like, "Burgers and fries." And he's like, "Cool, come into my restaurant." And then he does it all, and it's like all like happy face. And then he sits down, and then he's like, "Are you enjoying it?" And then he goes, "Yeah, that's delicious. Good." And they put on a plastic. Did you guys gotta watch them because they're continuous chronological storyline going on, and I've only seen bits and pieces, but I've seen two that like line up, and they're so funny.
Yeah,
We need to get him on the podcast. Honestly, I think he would be the most original person as a guest.
yeah,
His segment's great.
yeah. If you guys are listening, check him out. Scumbag Dad on TikTok.
Scumbag Dad.
I mean, honestly, if you haven't seen this guy,
Before,
kind of?
I feel like you have.
What
Anyone
kind
has
of
before.
For You page? What kind of cancerous For You page do you have?
Yeah, let me see your For You page.
Yeah.
My For You page, there's never really anyone too consistent on my For You page that I see. It's always like shifting for me. Like
I get like Mosquito Dorito all the time.
I get like Tony,
Dude,
Status Itchy.
I actually like his.
I get
videos
him.
a lot.
I get Tony too.
I fucking love Tony. He's hilarious. I got beef with him. I don't know why he's sitting there on the internet talking shit about how him and Troy Polamalu need to do a Head and Shoulders commercial like they're the only two motherfuckers with nice curly hair on the internet. I exist, and my hair, objectively, looks as good as Tony's, if not better. He just has more length. I've got a better curl pattern. Both our hairs look fantastic. Mine just looks, I think, a little better.
Tony's is better.
No, it's not. If you're my friend, you should save me.
Cheers something?
I'll also give it to Tony. He's rocking the shit out of the braids, too. He just got... Because I also wanted to get braids.
Yeah.
But now
His
I don't.
braids.
Because I don't want to copy. What is it, the braids?
I was about to say, I was trying to think of the fucking phrase. God.
That was like Tourette's for me. I had to get it out.
I have here's something original. Still haven't come up with a different name for it, but I found somebody that I think you guys might enjoy. Can you guys see this?
Actually, yes,
Yeah.
I can.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I follow everybody that I always want to show. Oh, he changed his name, this motherfucker.
Ah, you typed it in wrong. You typed it in wrong.
Shut up. Well, okay. So this guy, he went by Tommy.Blinn, but he changed his name to MecaTommy. And check this dude out. So he 3D prints all of this.
Holy shit.
All of this, dude. He started out just doing like headphone accessories, kind of like this, where he would just add little clips to shit. And then he just went fucking crazy. He just went insane with like the headgear. And now he's just doing full on armor for people.
That's tough.
Dude's got swords and shit that he's making. Another set of armor. Dude is fitted out, looking Destiny. I don't think this is a real person actually, but this might be just this is just like a Blender rendering. But look at this motherfucker. Like, are you?
That's tough.
I had to
kidding
double
me right
blinky real quick. But it's crazy. Holy shit.
I like the neutral color choice.
Yeah.
Now, are these things based off of, like, I don't recognize anything, so I'm assuming these are just like original ideas he's doing, which is insane because some of these have crazy little details.
Yeah, this is, I think, 100% his own original shit.
Go back.
Whoa.
The helmet with the 4 spikes, the black one right there.
This one?
Like, even looking, like, on the top corner, like, you see where the 2 spikes going up, like, the top corners of, like, the face shield part? Like, the corners, it kind of has, like, that worn away looking right there that I noticed. That's sick.
Dude.
Those are sick details.
And this has been, a very long-awaited return. Here's something original. Don't know. I still haven't figured out a name yet, so if somebody wants to give me a name for it. But I think sharing original people doing original things is definitely something we should wrap into this whole show, since, we are something original. But shout out MecaTommy, apparently name change. Keep doing dope shit.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fucking sick. I think the design and everything alone is fucking awesome, but I think just like those little fucking details that I like, you can kind of spot out too, like, because it's 3D printed, so like it really wouldn't be worn away there. That's like kind of just like an added detail you can obviously see, and it's like crazy.
Yeah.
How do people find the talent for how do you figure out you're talented in this shit? I don't know.
You start off small by just making like fun accessories for your headphones, and then you're like, oh, let me just make an entire helmet.
Like, the dude who does all that like chocolate sculptor shit? How the fuck do you figure out you can do this shit to that level? Like, the things he makes are incredible.
Did you see that?
Like,
did you see that segment on Chef Reacts?
No, I just seen that guy's TikToks a lot, and my mom talks about him, and my sister and mom were talking about his show. Apparently, he had a chocolate sculpting like show.
Oh, I think I've seen it actually.
Real life Willy Wonka.
That's what. It was like a kind of like a cooking show, like competition thing, and like the winner would get like apprenticeship like for a year under him or something like that, or like at his school. Like, the dude is just like he's super famous now and super talented. Like, it's not just like a little social media thing. No, I live right by the pool. It's summer. People are loud as shit down there.
Is it summer though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sure it is, actually.
That's a stupid fucking question.
Is it though summer?
It's really summer.
But yeah, I think yeah.
You can find some all streaming platforms. I'm talking Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Yep.
We also have our Patreon for $3, dude. I'm talking $3. 3 of them only. Donation, strictly. Nothing, you can find us anywhere, all the time, wherever,
Yeah. $3. That's 12 quarters.
Mm-hmm. You feel alone at night in your room, looking at the wall, wondering if it'll ever go away. Pop our podcast in. Don't be alone. Pop it in your ears. Watch the video of it even. Whoa. I know we're no Brad Pitt types, but we're out here.
Yeah. It's a little weird for a sec, but yeah, I get it.
No, this is what this podcast is, guys. We're just a little weird. We're just a little quirky, but we're having fun. We appreciate you guys stopping by again.
Some of us are a little thick. No big deal.
I'm trying to diet out, but it's hard.
Nobody's talking about you.
Oh.
Did it again. God damn it.
Why? It sounds so gross.
He's so good at it, too. What are you gulping in your spare time?
Dick?
Guilty.
Yeah. Chase, you got
Well,
anything?
That's all, folks. No.
All right.
No.
Well,
I don't have
that's
to
it.
either, Adrian.
Do you have anything, Gan?
No, I don't. Don't have
Fuck
anything now.
yourself. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, that's all we have for this episode of the Something Original podcast. My name is Adrian.
And I'm Terrius.
No, I'm just kidding.
And there will always be Gannon, dude.
Peace out, guys.
Peace in the Middle East.